living sacrifice, con, and scam. Bishop Taylor, PhD. All right. Romans chapter 12, verse 1 reads, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. This is one of the most manipulative lines ever written in any so-called sacred book. Think about what it actually says. Present your body as a living sacrifice. Sacrifice means death. The very definition of sacrifice is to kill something to please a god. Yet Paul tells you to stay alive while being dead to yourself. It's obedience theology. It's slavery wrapped in holy language. The priests of old killed lambs and goats. Paul killed your will and calls it virtue. The command is simple. Die without dying. Be a slave with a smile. Obey without proof. Surrender your individuality and call it holiness. That is not spirituality. That is psychological programming. It tells people that submission is sacred. It makes obedience the highest form of love. It is the same formula used by cult leaders and empires alike. When Paul says holy and acceptable unto God, he is really saying acceptable to the institution. It's the priests who decide what is holy. It is the ruler who decides what is acceptable. You hand them your reason, and they hand it to an invisible deity who never answers. It's a perfect system of control. Every dictator in history has used the same model. Then Paul adds the phrase, which is your reasonable service. In Greek, it reads, logikin laterion, logical worship. He is saying that the logical thing to do is to surrender. The rational choice is to submit. That's not logic. That is death of logic. The moment you call obedience reason, you kill truth itself. Historically, this was written after the destruction of the temple in 770 CE. But in reality, was it? Paul was supposedly writing this earlier, but he wasn't. But let's say it's after 70. There would be no more animal sacrifices. So Paul turned metaphor into religion. He said, stop killing goats and start killing yourselves. Not literally, but spiritually. Stop thinking. Stop resisting. Give your body and mind to God, which really means to the church. This is how the new faith merged Roman discipline with Jewish priesthood and became an empire stream. A sacrifice, a living sacrifice, is human. Being who never questions authority, that's a hell of a sacrifice. It is a person who thinks slavery is love. It is a soul that has been taught to fear its own doubt. Paul calls this holiness. Modern churches call it faith, but it is only a tool to make you controllable. That's it. No free mind should ever kneel to such a doctrine. No honest heart should ever serve a God who demands the destruction of oneself. You are not a living sacrifice. You are a living being. You are not born guilty. You are not property of priests or prophets. The truth is simple. If your God needs your obedience to exist, then that God is a man-made God. If a religion tells you to silence your reason, then they're lying to you. And if someone tells you to offer your body as a sacrifice for anything or anyone, that person is not divine. They are salesmen or slavery. You're either a spark of the divine or you are nothing at all. The great life does not ask for submission. It asks for awareness. The river flows free and living. Water does not bow. So, selling your soul, giving up your will, that's all man-made. Why would a God need that? Just like why would a God need a spaceship on Star Trek? Thank you so much. Keep critically thinking. Keep your mind. Free your mind and your ass will follow. Veritas, Lux Mea.
Veritas, Lux